Good morning, traders. Welcome to this video on the euro dollar and pound dollar. My name is Chris from Elite Currency. So we're going to take a look at the euro dollar 1 hour chart here for today, Thursday, Friday. Basically, we did get a bounce a little bit lower around with 7. I mean, it did push, a few pips lower. Basically, we're I think looking at reaction here on Monday. That not at 118.70, but at 118.35, and we got this correction here going on at this moment. Now, considering that the upside is quite strong and looks like some type of channel and price breaking to the upside, I do think there's a fair chance of price going higher now at this moment. Let's put the fib on. You can see respecting the 5061.8 fib zone, using with 7 now as a bounce rather than target for a move higher. Minus 272, minus 1618 target, 144 EMA, anywhere there could be the main target of this ABC to the upside. So let's take away this fib, go to the 4 hour chart, and what we're looking probably, or even the 1 hour chart actually, but zoomed in a little bit, what we're probably looking at is some type of wave 1, 2, 3, 4. At this moment, this is my best estimate here, 1, 2, 3. This is a very lengthy wave push, so typically a wave 3 therefore, and I think we could see a wave 4. So let's put the fib on this swing as well, all right, and we can see that those levels that I just mentioned correspond also to the 38 and 50 fib. So that is a key zone for the wave 4, because if the price does break above that, then it is not likely a wave 4 anymore. And in that case, it might have completed an ABC rather than being a 1, 2, 3 pattern. So what I'm looking for is a smaller push up here, and then a bearish bounce at the 38 or 50 fib. And if it's a strong bounce, that would confirm the downtrend, followed by a flag, for instance, and a continuation break. That would be ideal for this wave 5 downwards. But if price action shows very strong push up and then the flag, then that means probably that this downside is invalidated, and specifically if the bull flag breaks, then we might be in a new uptrend again. So this is a key decision zone. I will wait for price. I think it's a good zone to look for short trading ideas, in my view. But that said, if price doesn't move down that quickly and starts to build a channel like this, more or less like it does here actually, then that could indicate that that's a warning sign that the downside is not going to work out and price might be in a new uptrend. So it's also very important to look at what type of price patterns play out in this decision zone. That is my main point. I hope it's clear. So now I don't expect it, but if price breaks through this support trend line, of course, there might be an immediate breakout. Something to keep in mind. And the main target could be 117.70 for the moment. There could be another wave 4. Bigger wave 4, and then maybe one more push down to these lower targets even. I don't expect that for the moment, but anyhow, that is also the main target, even if price breaks bounces at the 38.50 fib. There we go. That's also right away the target. So looking slightly bullish now, but I think only to these fibs once again, and then we'll have to see how price responds to those levels. Let's take a look at the bigger picture. Generally speaking, though, we are getting, of course, closer to the 144 EMA and 233 EMA of the daily chart. So eventually some type of bullish bounce is expected. And it could even be now. As I said, if it breaks above the 50 fib, it could be now. But I think rather more like one more lower low, maybe even one more lower low, and then a bigger rally up like this, correction, and then a push up again, something like that. ABC up. Because we had an ABC down now, probably ABC up, and then we could even have 5 more waves to complete a bigger kind of consolidation. Let's see, that's about it for the moment. But yeah, basically difficult zone in the sense that we are back to the 144.233 EMA support zone at the daily, so we don't want to underestimate that support zone either. That said, this has been a very strong momentum. So it's a difficult spot at this moment, and I would say that maybe looking at the bigger picture, that the bounce here is likely, but it's 50-50 whether it moves for a lower low or for a higher high, to be honest, I think. Because looking at the higher time frames, there's a compelling case for upside as well. So got to be on the guard for both scenarios, in my view. All right, specifically the top of the 20-minute zone as well. I mean, if it starts to break, what could happen is that price pushes up. There's a bounce there, but then if it starts to break the second time above the 20-minute, then forget the bearish scenario, and then we're really looking at the potential for price to make a new rally up, back up to the 144 EMA zone here, easily on the 4-hour chart. Okay, so 50-50. What is likely is a bounce here, but do we get to break lower or the break up? As I said, 50-50 in my view. All right, pound USD. Now, let's see. We were looking at a triangle pattern. I said on Monday, I don't like that triangle pattern. It needs a break higher and then probably a bounce at the resistance trend line that we had drawn here like that. Or if it does break to the downside, it would need to push through this trend line. We had a small push below it, but not through all these fractals here in support. So failed break, or maybe not even a break, to be honest. So consolidation zone. We did get a break to the upside. It did reach the target, or maybe not target, but resistance of the trend line. We got a perfect bounce there, and then it got another bounce at the support trend line as well, coming in here, as you can see. So break of the triangle, bounce as expected, and then another bounce here. Now, with the bounce here and the strong push up, I think we're looking at a stronger move up at this moment. Basically, I think that pound USD looking even more bullish than the euro dollar. So if the pound moves up, then the euro dollar could easily move up too. So maybe from that point of view, this is already looking at the second break. Euro dollar actually starting to look a little bit more bullish if you look at the pound. So I think maybe even 60-40 for upside at this moment. So as we gather more information here, odds changing a little bit. But basically, now maybe 5 waves, leading towards 5 waves completed. ABC, B, and then for an A. Sorry, ABC for an A. This is a B, looking for a C up again. So that could push pound easily towards 140. The minus 61.8 target, if we put a fib from here to here, that's also the 50 fib. Could even go higher towards the 61 or even the 78. So there's plenty of space. But keep in mind, of course, that 139.50, 140, 140.60, 140, 140, those are resistance levels, targets. So price could bounce there, but it could basically move up, flag up, bigger correction up, flag up, and really retest all of these fibs in potential. So depending on how price responds to those levels, looking bullish at this moment, and I think that there was a bounce here, but it was corrective, strong momentum up, and a bounce here. So I think that it looks like we're going to get a breakout. Breakout candle would be a 4-hour candle close above the trend line, a 4-hour candle close, preferably above the 20-minute EMA high, preferably above 139 resistance here. So if a 4-hour candle closes above that, I think that is the breakout. There could always be some kind of flag on the 50-minute chart. So if we get a break, flag, and continuation, that could indicate a very nice continuation pattern. Break, pullback, continue, break, pullback, continue on the 50-minute chart. 4-hour candle close would be good though to confirm this push higher. If it fails to break, but rather pushes down in an ABC, could still be good to look for a bounce here at 138.50, and then later on still for a breakout. That remains valid as long as price stays above support. Of course, if it breaks through this bottom with a lot of momentum flag, then it could also be good for continuation lower. In that case, the upside is invalidated. Just speaking about all kind of scenarios here, the three main scenarios. I think that break, flag, continuation is the most likely one. Second most likely is bounce here. Third most likely is the break, flag, and continuation lower. All right, so yeah, yesterday was a pretty bullish candle. We're also, again, on the daily, we're testing support here. Not the 144 EMA, but the 21 EMA support zone after 5 waves completed. I think it's more of a bouncing spot and when looking at the higher time frames. So keeping an eye on the 4-hour chart, keeping an eye on the 50-minute chart for a break flag continuation pattern on the pound USD. All right, that wraps it up. If you like our analysis, check out more webinars with elitecurrency.com or our live blog with analysis every day, or our education articles, or our systems, SWAT, of course, from myself, Simple Wave Analysis and Trading, that discusses price patterns in general, or Black Widow from Nenet, or our automated trading systems, of course. In any case, wish you all great trading, a great day, and see you next week. Cheers.